making up for lost time.
You see, McLean, life is not but a series of destinations, you know? It's not really one continuous journey, but people spend so much time comparing where they are with where they supposedly should be, and they lose out on many of the experiences that make life the adventure that it is. You don't worry about being where you think you ought to be. Instead, focus on the here and now. Look around you. Take stock of the beauty in front of you.
Jake, you can just admit that we're lost.
Okay, well, if by lost you mean I don't know where we are, then yes, in the technical sense, we are. But if by lost you mean we don't know who we are, then no, my friend. We know exactly who we are.
I knew we should have stayed on the interstate.
Interstate? McLean, how many times do I have to tell you the modern American interstate prevents you from experiencing the unique culture and spirit of each location we visit? Besides, we've already been lost numerous times on this trip, and we always find a way back, don't we?
Yeah, I guess we have. I think maybe I'm a bit of a pessimist.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything, but you've been a little bit of a sad sack today.
I think it's the stress of travel getting to me.
Or it's just your default personality. That's my guess.
Well, I guess I could try to be more of an optimist. We are in the Sunshine State, after all. I'll adopt a more sunshiny attitude.
No, I think Florida's the Sunshine State. We're in Georgia, the Peach State.
Okay, fine, I'll adopt a more peachy attitude. The point is, I will no longer be a pessimistic downer. I vow from this day forward to see the good in every situation, to take away something positive from each experience.
Oh, glad to hear you say that. Especially right now, because I think we're getting pulled over.
What? What did you do?
I don't know. Aren't you supposed to be seeing the good in every situation?
Oh, right. Well, maybe this will allow us to start a dialogue and get to know law enforcement officials better.
Your sarcastic tone belies your optimistic words.
Who's being sarcastic? I just want to get to know the man.
Well, you're getting your chance. Here he comes.
Maybe he just wants to ask about the unique vehicle that we're driving.
You don't get to disguise insults directed at this trusty old car's optimism. Open the glove box and get out the registration.
Of course. I love getting the registration out of the glove box.
Well. You boys mind telling me where the fire is?
Fire? What?
Oh, you boys are really tearing up the road back there. I got you going 50 miles over the speed limit.
50 miles over? Sheriff, I was doing the speed limit exactly.
Son, the speed limit changed a while back there. You were doing 65 in a 15.
Wait, you mean the speed limit changed from 60 to 15?
That seems like a great way to keep both driver and pedestrian safe.
Quiet. Sheriff, that's ridiculous. The speed limit goes down by 45 miles an hour?
Well, of course. That's where the city limits are. You can't just go tearing through the middle of town, son. I know you out-of-state tourists think you can just take a drive through these rural Georgia counties at a leisurely NASCAR pace, but that's not what the law says. Don't you go thinking you can streak by just 'cause all you see are peach trees and peanut fields.
You don't think it's a little ridiculous to have the speed limit change like that so suddenly? This is a speed trap.
Well, don't you think it's a little ridiculous to be a whiny baby? Hey now, what's all this fancy-looking equipment you got here with you?
That's our recording equipment.
Recording equipment? Just what are you recording? Is this some sort of wiretapping operation? What are you, the CIA, the FBI, the LSU?
No, we do a radio show. Yesterday, today?
Yesterday today?
We present the best of yesterday's radio today.
He doesn't need to hear the tagline, McLean.
And you think, just because you're some sort of big-time radio boy, you can speed through our beautiful little city?
No, that's not it.
Oh, honey child, you fellas better come with me down to the sheriff's office, and we can sort this whole little old mess out.
Sounds great. Let's go.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Well, folks, here's some Georgia-themed music for you guys. It's been one of those days.
I'm just being cheerful.
Say, Frank, you want to take a walk?
Well, sure, sweetie. Just pick a street.
Piccadilly Circus.
Oh, I'd rather not.
Champs-Élysées.
Me, no.
Times Square.
Nah. 'Cause there's nothing can compare with strolling along Peachtree Street with my baby on my arm. I've got the sweetest peach in Georgia, and she just came off the farm.
Strolling along Peachtree Street, I'm happy as can be. I've got to thank the state of Georgia for my baby's family tree. Everybody in Atlanta knows what a treasure I found.
I'm gonna set my gem upon the main stem.
We
Spread a lot of little peaches all around. I feel like a new millionaire when I'm walking with my charm. Strolling along Peachtree Street with baby on my arm.
You like Peachtree Street, Frank?
Oh, I love the place, but where are the peach trees?
We'll have to go back a few years for
Well,
that.
then let's turn around.
Can't you see me in a hoop skirt strolling along Peachtree Street with a Colonel on my arm?
And I can tell that you're from Georgia because you got that Georgia charm.
Strolling along Peachtree Street, I'm happy as can be.
Miss Rosemary.
Yes, Frank.
How come the sweetest peach in Georgia hails from Maysville, Kentucky?
Let's not get it around.
I can be reached. We'll be married in Atlanta. One happy man and his spouse.
And just as sure as you're born, we'll plant us some corn and
Spread a lot of little kernels round the house. I feel like a new millionaire when I'm walking with my charm. Strolling along Peachtree Street with baby on my arm. Say, sugar,
What's the matter, honey child?
well, I'm getting kind of tired. Would you rather carry me or call a cab?
Taxi?
Thank you, sweetie.
Oh boy, they're jamming in Georgia, and joy is ringing in Georgia. Oh, they're swinging in Georgia, so merrily, so merrily. Each lad and every fair lassie, grandma and even grandpappy, rug cup because they're so happy, so merrily, so merrily. The cause of the sudden hilarity is someone had found her still, and with true southern hospitality gave forth all their fill. Good corn is flowing like water, come on, grab anyone's daughter. Doggone, they're jamming in Georgia, so merrily, so merrily.
I just saw the new DeSoto.
Baby, I just drove it. Before on a car you decide, make sure that you ride in the brand new DeSoto.
Yes, DeSoto, the car you'll thrill to. It's completely new throughout, from new full-width front grille right to DeSoto's new bigger and lower rear window and newly styled rear end. There's new Featherlight steering, too, and no car in the nation has bigger, safer brakes than the all-new DeSoto.
It's a wonderful car. No fooling.
It's a wonderful car. No shifting.
It's the best buy, too. No kidding.
The brand new DeSoto.
DeSoto.
Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Georgia on my mind, Georgia, Georgia. A song of you comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pine. Other arms reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly, still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. Georgia, Georgia, no peace I find, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Other arms reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly, still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. Georgia, Georgia, no peace I find, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. I've got Georgia on my mind.
Red-headed, long-legged daddy from Georgia way. I'm a hot-headed, quick-witted daddy from Georgia way. love me say they don't see enough of me. Gee, I wonder what they'll do when I am gone. I'm a red-headed, long-legged daddy from Georgia way. I'm a soft-hearted, deep-hearted daddy from Georgia way. But no matter where I stray, Georgia, I'll be back someday. I'm a red-headed, long-legged daddy from Georgia way. I'm a red-headed, long-legged daddy from Georgia way. I'm a soft-hearted, deep-hearted daddy from Georgia way. But no matter where I stray, Georgia, I'll be back someday. I'm a red-headed, long-legged daddy from Georgia way.
Replace those worn, unsafe tires with good, rich, safety Silvertowns with Lifesaver Tread Skid Protection and Golden Ply Blowout Protection. Stop in at your nearest Goodrich dealer or Goodrich Silvertown store. They offer you your choice of 3 ways to buy. You can pay cash, open a liberal 30-day charge account, or make your own long, easy budget terms.
Just a sentimental gentleman from Georgia, Georgia, gentle to the ladies all the time. And when it comes to loving, he's a real professor. Yes, sir, just a Mason-Dixon Valentine. Oh, see those Georgia peaches hanging around him now. 'Cause what this baby teaches, nobody else knows how. That sentimental gentleman from Georgia, Georgia, gentle to the ladies all the time.
Glory, glory to old Georgia, Georgia. Oh, hills of Georgia down in Dixie, our college honor fair and true. The red and black is our standard, proudly she waves, streaming today as in ages through. She's the fairest of the Southland, we pledge our love to her for age. To our college dear, we'll raise a cheer to dear old UGA. Glory, glory to old Georgia. Glory, glory to old Georgia. Glory, glory to old Georgia. 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 Georgia, Georgia, Georgia.
Off my toe. They're on my toe.
It's amazing what magic things push buttons perform for us every day. Push a button and a light goes on. Push another button and music fills the room. Push still another button and the top of your convertible magically lifts and you bask in the warm sunlight. There are some days, though, when basking in warm sunlight is just about the last thing you want. Hot, humid, muggy days when you long for another kind of magic push button that will let you enjoy cool vacation weather. You'll find that magic push button, several of them in fact, on the new 1954 RCA air conditioner. Magic vacation air right in your own home. RCA's wonderful climate tuner has just that kind of push button controls that let you select perfect indoor comfort. The climate tuner has a thermostat control, too, for constant, even comfort on days when the weather changes suddenly. And the RCA air conditioner is quiet as a sleeping baby. That's because of the wonderful hush-a-bye fans that push the air in a cool, even flow through your room and let you sleep undisturbed on even the hottest summer night. The permanent type aluminum mesh filter in the RCA air conditioner lifts out as easily as you change a record on a phonograph, and it's cleaned and ready for use again in a matter of minutes. Plan now to live better, work better, and sleep better this summer with an RCA air conditioner. And for the finest in service and installation, get an RCA factory service contract, too.
Man, staying the night here doesn't seem so bad. Look at what wonderful accommodations we have. 3 hot meals served every day, my own personal restroom, clean sheets, sun coming through the window, the possibility for job opportunities, my own bed.
McLean, we're in jail.
We sure are, and boy, is this mattress firm. Probably on account of it being a wooden plank hung on the wall.
McLean, this is serious. Can you knock it off with the sarcastic optimism?
Oh, no, Jake, I've really come around. You were right about always keeping on the sunny side of the street. I'm so much happier now. Look at these wool blankets they gave us, straight out of the Vietnam War. We're not just going to bed, we're going to be experiencing history.
Hey, boy, you two quiet down in there. This is a jail, not a fancy radio studio.
You can't keep us here, you know. We didn't do anything wrong.
Don't get your hound dog in a skunk den. You ain't staying in jail for long, just till the county judge is present to try your case.
Well, when does he get here?
Well, should be in any minute. 4 p.m.'s usually when he starts his day.
4 p.m.? It's 4 p.m. now.
Well, so it is. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Beauregard Bragg presiding.
It's good that the judge is honorable. You always like to see that in a judge.
Where is he?
Where's who?
Beauregard Bragg.
He's right here. That's me. And that's the Honorable Judge Beauregard Bragg to you. Leave the title off and I'll hold you in contempt of court.
But you're the arresting officer. You can't be the judge.
Son, relax. I can put aside what conflict of interest I may have to judge this case fairly and justly. I've been entrusted to do so by the public, and the public is a powerful entity.
Oh, great. You're going to be unbiased playing the role of judge and prosecutor.
That ain't true at all, sir. I'll also be playing the role of defense attorney.
Defense attorney? Who asked you to represent us?
Well, it doesn't appear you have any lawyer present, so the court must appoint legal counsel to you.
Say, do we still have our old attorney Willie Huckster on retainer?
Wouldn't do you no good. The trial's starting now, and I seem to be the only legal counsel readily available. Beauregard Bragg, Esquire, at your service.
This town is a fleece joint.
Now, Sheriff, you mean to tell me these here boys were driving 50 miles over the speed limit? That seems pretty unlikely that someone could be so careless of his fellow man that way. Well, I know, but they was doing it. Fascinating. Well, what does the defense have to say about all this? Hogwash, Your Honor, all hogwash. My clients are completely and 100% innocent. They was barely crawling along that highway. Couldn't have been going faster than a one-legged jackrabbit. The defense is lying, Your Honor. They was chasing down that road to beat the devil. I could barely see 'em but for the streak of cover they left behind. Ask 'em yourself. Weren't you boys just tearing down the road? Didn't you have a wanton disregard for human life? You were driving like a couple of maniacs, weren't you? I object, Your Honor. I'm leading the witness. Sustained, withdrawn, but Your Honor, these men here were definitely guilty. Well, I think that's pretty clear for the courtroom to see. I find these boys guilty on all counts. I'm not sure where I left my gavel. You boys haven't seen it, have you?
No. No, we haven't.
Very well, I'll just pound the table here. Court adjourned. Well, now that you boys have been found guilty, you'll have to pay the fine for the crime.
How much is the fine?
Perhaps you should contact your local bank about taking out a mortgage on your home.
Of course.
It's so nice of them to give us a heads up about getting a mortgage.
Well, folks, next up on the show, we have an episode of Jack Benny. It's not about Georgia specifically, but it does involve a particular Southerner on the Jack Benny program, one Mr. Phil Harris, so here's that.
The Jack Benny Program.
Starring Jack Benny with Barry Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Larry Stevens, and yours truly, Don Wilson.
Hello, Mr. Benny's residence. Star of stage, screen, radio, and eggs dyed or laid as the occasion demands.
Rochester, this is Miss Livingston. I'd like to speak to Mr. Benny, please.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Livingston. I wouldn't want to disturb the Admiral now.
Rochester, what are you talking about?
Haven't you heard? Mr. Benny's been made an Admiral.
Jack Benny, an admiral?
Are you surprised?
Surprised? Rochester, I knew we were winning, but this is ridiculous.
I know, Miss Livingston, but I saw it in the paper. He got the commission from Governor Griswold of Nebraska.
Gee.
And Mr. Benny is now a full-fledged admiral in the Nebraska Navy.
In the Nebraska? Oh, I get it. He's an imaginary admiral in an imaginary navy.
Yeah, but he's taking it seriously. He made me sew gold stripes on his blue serge suit.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Rochester, how many stripes did he make you sew on?
I don't know, but you could cut the sleeves off at the elbow and he'd still be a full admiral. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Doggone, ever since Nebraska made Mr. Benny an admiral, he's been upstairs working out fleet maneuvers. I'd better get him away from that bathtub before he messes up the whole room. Oh, Mr. Benny. Say, boss. Oh, Admiral.
What? Oh, it's you, Rochester. Glad to have you aboard. Batten down the hatch and sit down. What do you want?
Your breakfast is getting cold down on the lower deck.
Well, I can't leave now. I'm about to engage the enemy. Now watch. The enemy fleet is over here.
Boss, don't splash water on that bath mat.
Quiet. Now I swing my carriers around like this and bring my destroyers over to this side and encircle them. There you are, Rochester. Now, if you were the enemy and I had you surrounded like that, what would you do?
I'd pull out the plug and ground every ship you got.
Don't be silly. Being an admiral in the Nebraska Navy is serious business.
Aye, sir.
And anyway, I'm proud of my appointment. In fact, I'm sorry I didn't stay with it when I was in the service 24 years ago. Yes, sir. Military life is the life for me. And those promotions. Now, Rochester, help me take my fleet out of the bathtub and then...
Oh, so say, boss, I meant to tell you, Miss Livingston called...
Oh, yes. I better get ready.
Boss, if you're going out, don't you think you ought to take off those medals?
Huh?
Or wear half of them on your right side, you're listening to port.
Oh, yes. Say, I just happened to think of something. I promised to take my girl, Gladys Zabisco, too. I'll pick her up on the way to Miss Livingston. I hope Gladys and Mary are ready when I pick them up. Gladys Zabisco. I've been going with her now for 9 years. Yum-da-dum-da-ding-bum-bum-bum. Oh, hello there, children.
Hello, mister. Hello.
You know who I am, don't you, children? I'm Jack Denny.
Yes, we know. You tell us every time you see us.
Oh, yes.
You want to know something? Last night, our mother and father were talking about you.
Really?
Yeah, they thought we were asleep.
Well, so long, children.
Bye, Mr. Benny. Hey, Sis, what? He looks a lot older than 36, doesn't he?
Did you say something, Sonny?
No, goodbye.
Goodbye. Yum da dum da ding bum dum dum da dum. Gee, they're cute kids. But that little boy looks a lot older than 7. Bum bum ba bum ba bum bum ba. Well, hello, Don. Where are you going?
I'm on my way down to the express office, Jack, to pick up a set of encyclopedias.
A set of encyclopedias?
Yeah, and I've just got to tell you, Jack. I sent in 2 questions to a quiz program, and boy, did I stump those experts.
Well, so long, Don.
So long, Jack.
Gee, I like Don Wilson and his sly commercials. The way he tricks me into keeping my job. Really. Phew. I better sing slower. I can't walk that fast.
Oh, Mr. Benny.
Huh? Oh, it's you, Mr. Kern. How's the newspaper business?
Oh, fine.
Funny, I always seem to run into you on the street.
Well, I was just going over to your house to thank you for those stories you gave me.
Oh, you mean how I found Mary Livingston?
Mm-hmm, and how you found Rochester.
Well, I'm glad you liked them.
You know, those first 2 articles were very successful. And now my editor is interested in knowing how you found Phil Harris.
Phil Harris?
That's right.
Well, okay. Walk along with me, Mr. Kearns, and I'll give you the whole story.
All right.
You see, it was 10 years ago that I first met Phil Harris. I remember the day well because it was Mary's birthday, and I wanted to show her a nice time. So I got all dressed up and went over to her house and let her make dinner for me. And the meal was delicious. I remember we had thick sirloin steaks smothered in onions and stripped with bacon. Yes, sir. That was 10 years ago. Gosh, Mary, this is a terrific meal.
Well, thank you, Jack.
Gee, the steak is so tender and so easy to cut. Gee, it just melts in your mouth.
Jack, put on your glasses. You're eating the butter.
Well, anyway, Mary, it was sweet of you to invite me over to your apartment for dinner. And wait till you see the bottle of champagne I brought you for a birthday present. You know, you've heard of those famous imported champagnes like Vintage Premier and Chateau Calais.
Yes?
Well, this is a new brand, Savan Oop. You know, Mary, I was just thinking. Here it is, 1935, and it's been 3 years since I put you on my radio program.
It's been over 3 years.
Yep. Say, Mary, what would you do if I gave you a little raise?
I'd quit my job at the May Company.
Don't worry, Mary. You just stick with me. In another 2 or 3 years, you won't have to work at the May Company. Except maybe Saturdays. The day'll come.
Well, let's not talk about that, Jack. The evening's young, and it's my birthday, so let's do something.
Well, I was going to suggest something.
What?
Well, first, let's go over and sit on the sofa.
Uh-huh.
Then we'll snuggle up close to each other.
Uh-huh.
Then we'll turn the lights down low.
Uh-huh.
Then we'll tell ghost stories. How about it?
Well, Mama warned me about everything but this.
What?
Jack, why don't we go out somewhere? Let's go to the Coconut Grove.
Well, maybe. Hey, wait a minute, Mary. I've got an idea. There's a nightclub way downtown on North Figueroa Street, and there's a new band playing there. Let's see, what's the name of that band again? Oh, yes, Phil Harris and his syncopated serenaders from the Solid South.
Phil Harris? I've never heard of him.
Well, he's just coming up, and I'd like to go hear him, Mary, because, you know, I need a new orchestra for my program.
All right, let's go.
Okay, now let's see. Where's that nightclub now? Oh, yes, on Figueroa, about 6 miles east of the La Brea Tar Pits. Come on, Mary. Here it is, Mary. This is the place.
Holy smoke, what a nightclub. This is an awful joint.
Well, Mary, you can't tell anything about it from the outside.
Yeah, but look at the name of it, the Ruis Club.
So what?
Ruis spelled backwards is sewer.
All right, what's the difference?
And look, Jack, you have to go down these stairs.
Yeah. Okay, let's go down. Watch your step, Mary. Let's rest. If I go down any farther, I'll get the bends here.
I think we hit bottom, Jack. Here's the door.
Oh, yes. Well, that guy Harris knows all the new tunes, doesn't he?
Yeah, but how can people dance on that bare ground?
They probably sprinkle water on it to make it slippery. And it helps keep the dust down, too, you know. Let's find a table.
Maybe that man will get us one.
Oh, yes. Pardon me, are you a waiter?
Well, what do you think I am with this napkin over my arm? A clothesline?
Oh, I'm sorry, but you're dressed too nice to be working in a joint like this. You know.
Oh, you mean these striped pants and this Prince Albert coat? Well, you see, I wear these clothes on my other job.
Other job?
Yes, I'm an undertaker's assistant.
Oh.
It was my idea to put the candles on the table. And now would you like me to find a table and lay you out? I mean, seat you?
Yes, please. Come on, Mary.
Ah, here we are. Now, what would you like to eat?
Nothing, thanks. We just came in to hear the band here.
Well, you might as well order something. There's a minimum charge of 35 cents.
35 cents? Well, I'll have a chicken sandwich and a combination salad.
And I'll have a steak sandwich and French fried potatoes.
Anything to drink?
No.
You might as well. You got 15 cents to go.
Oh, well, bring us coffee. Imagine that waiter, an undertaker's assistant.
Jack, look, the show's about to start.
Good, I'm anxious to hear this guy, Phil Harris.
Hiya, folks, and a good evening to each and every one of yous. Now, welcome to our little club. This is your orchestra leader and master of the ceremonies, the one and only Phil Harris. Are you glad to see me? Yes, sir, thank you, and we have a very lovely crowd here tonight.
Hey, Mary, he's got a nice personality, you know.
We'll see.
And speaking of crowd, folks, a funny thing happened to me on the way to the club tonight. The panhandler stopped me and said, "Pardon me, mister, can you let me have $1,000 and 5 cents for a cup of coffee?" So I said to him, look, coffee only costs a nickel. What do you want $1,000 for? So he says to me, "It's going to kill you, folks." He says to me, "Well, I got to pay my income tax, don't I?" No, lady, don't explain it to him. If he don't get it, just let him suffer. Let him lay there. Don't wake him up.
Hey, Mary, did you get it?
I got it all over me.
Quiet, this guy's good. He's
and,
good.
Here's another one, folks. This'll embalm you.
Embalm you.
Did somebody call for me?
Quiet.
Get this, folks. A guy walked up to me today and said, "Hey, Harris, where'd you get the black eye?" So I told him it was a birthmark. And he said, "A birthmark?" And I said, "Yeah, I got it in the wrong birth." Oh, yes, folks, it's just natural with me. Just natural. Yes, sir, Just comes natural. Now we're rolling. All new stuff here.
Hey, Mary.
Hey,
Mary, this guy is terrific. No, really, he'd be great on the radio. He's got something new, something different.
Oh, you say that every time you see a man with hair.
Oh, you just don't know class.
Now, folks, for the high spot of the show, I'm going to sing a song I wrote myself entitled, That's What I Like About the South.
Hey, I bet this will be good. You know that, Mary?
Won't come with me to Alabama. Let's go see my dear old mammy. She's frying eggs and broiling hammy. That's what I like about the South.
Hey, man,
now
he's
there you
wonderful.
can make no mistakey. Where those nerves
Guy
are
is
never
hot.
shaky. Ought to taste filet of cakey. That's what I like about the South.
I gotta hire
She's
this
got
guy.
baked ribs and candied yams. Those sugar-cured Virginia hams. Way down south in Alabama. And that's what I like about the South. Hot corn bread and black-eyed peas. You can eat as much as you please.
Hey, look the way he
It's
snaps
never
his
out of
fingers.
season. That's what I like about the South. Ah, don't take one. Have two. They're dark brown and chocolate too. Suits me, they must suit you, 'cause that's what I like about the South. Yes, now. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir. Never allow them in the club. Well, folks, that concludes our first floor show, but don't go away. There'll be another sensational show in 5 minutes.
Mary, I don't care what you say. That guy Harris would be great on my program. I want to get him over here. Hey, waiter.
Yeah.
Will you please bring the, Will you please bring the orchestra leader over to my table?
I'm sorry. He doesn't come with the 35-cent dinner.
Never mind the wisecracks. Bring him over here.
All right, all right.
I don't know, Mary. This guy Harris has a great personality.
Cigarettes, also Cupidos, gardenias, and razor blades.
Imagine razor blades. Oh, miss, give me a pack of cigarettes, please.
Yes, sir. What kind?
Oh, by the way, miss, what's that you've got on your tray there, tied up in pink ribbon?
That's a lock of Mr. Harris's hair, 20 cents.
Well, I don't want it.
You better take it. This is the last one left, and we don't shear them again till the first of the month.
No, thanks just the same. Say, Mary, she's kind of cute.
Oh, you fall for
Wait a
it.
minute. Here comes Phil Harris. Now, Mary, I want to make an impression on him, and I want you to help me sign him for my show. Tell him what a good boss I am and how swell it is to work on the radio. And above all, what a wonderful guy I am personally, you know?
Oh, but Jack,
Here he comes, huh?
Hey, I understand one of you characters want to see me.
Why, yes, sit down. This is Miss Livingston.
Hiya, sweets.
And my name is Jack Benny.
Look, Bud, I ain't got much time. What did you want to see me about?
Well, I wanted to talk to you about a job.
Job?
Yeah.
Well, look, fella, I know things are tough, but I can't use you. I don't want no new help, kid.
No, I don't mean that. You see, I have a radio program, and I'd like you and your band to be on my show.
Well, I don't know. You see, I've been
but
here...
he's a wonderful man to work for. He's the nicest boss I ever had. He's just a ginger, peachy boss. So pleasant, so generous.
Mary,
so
you're
nice.
overdoing it, and stop licking my hand. Now, Mr. Harris.
Just call me Curly.
Oh.
Till the first of the month.
Oh, yes, the cigarette girl told me. Now, Mr. Harris, radio is a different type of work. You read music, of course.
Huh?
Music, notes, arrangement. What's that on your music rack?
Termites. The joint's lousy with them. Oh, Harris, how could you be so young and bright when it's so dark down here?
You see, Mary, this guy is terrific.
Oh, look, I'm only kidding. I've been studying music since I was a baby. Why, when I was 6 years old, my parents used to take me to the concerts at Carnegie Hall.
A 6-year-old kid interested in Carnegie Hall?
Well, they told me it was a burlesque show.
A burlesque show?
Yeah, how I used to whistle when they took the cover off of the bass fiddle.
Say, Mary, this guy's got a terrific sense of humor. He'll probably be able to write my gags for me.
I'll settle if he can just write.
Now, look, Harris, I want you on my program, so if you'll meet me Sunday morning, you'll...
Wait, excuse me a minute. The second floor show's about to start, and I got to introduce the singer.
Oh, I'll wait till you're through. You know, Mary, I think this fella's...
Hey, Jack, look who's going to sing, the cigarette girl.
Oh, yes. Say, she's cute. You know.
And now, folks, I want to introduce our singer, the sweetest little lady this side of Pismo Beach, Miss Trixie Laverne, who will sing My Melancholy Baby.
Well...
Come to me, my melancholy baby. Cuddle up and Your fears are foolish fancies made. Don't you know that I'm in love with you? Every cloud must have a silver.
Can't you hear me calling when the rain it am a-falling? Why, every day the sun is shining, why should I be home a-pining?
While my honey dear, while I drive away each tear.
Or else I will be a melancholy. Yes, I will be a melancholy. Or else I will be melancholy too.
Gosh, Mary, I'm a sucker for sentimental songs.
Hey,
Harris, come here a minute. Yeah? Say, that girl singer you've got isn't bad. That Trixie Laverne.
Well, look, that's just her stage name. Her real name is Gladys Zabisco.
Gladys Zabisco, eh? Say, that's a pretty name, too. You know, I kind of like that, babe.
Oh, come on, Jack. Let's get out of here.
Why, Mary, you're jealous.
Oh, fine.
Hey, Harris, don't forget Sunday.
I'll be there. So long, Jackson.
Did you hear that, Mary? He called me Jackson. No one ever called me that before.
All right,
let's
folks,
go.
here's
Come
a
on.
brand new number I wrote myself called That's What I Like About the South. Won't you come with me to Alabama? Let's go see my dear old mammy. She's frying eggs and boiling hammy. That's what I like about the South.
And that, Mr. Kearns, is how I met Phil Harris.
Well, that really is a story.
And I must say, Mr. Kearns, that Phil has been very fortunate in being associated with a great star like myself. A man who's been on the radio for so many years and who every year almost wins the Academy.
Oh, pardon me, Mr. Benny. Here comes my...
Hey folks, welcome back to Yesterday Today. We're wrapping up our little trip through Georgia as we try to get out of this crooked town as fast as possible. We just got let out of the local jail.
As fast as possible while still observing the speed limit, of course.
Right, we just got fleeced for a speeding ticket by the crookedest sheriff, lawyer, judge, district attorney I ever met.
Don't think of it as a ridiculous speeding ticket. Think of it as a valuable life experience, a canon event, a lesson on the judicial system.
Okay, drop it, McLean. The optimism joke is played out. Besides, you're paying for half of this ticket, so you don't have anything to be happy about.
Fine, I'll go back to my usual grouchy self. If you want more Yesterday Today, you can visit KISU.org or wherever you get your corrupt, tyrannical, self-serving podcasts.
Before we get out of town, though, we better stop for gas here. Don't have a lot left. Are we supposed to pump it ourselves? I don't see anyone.
No, looks like the attendant is coming out.
Well, hello there, fellas. How y'all? Fancy seeing you gentlemen around here again. I guess it's bound to happen, though, when you own the only filling station in town. What can I do you for? Son, where you going? Son, boys! They tore out of here pretty fast. Better go get my sheriff's uniform and go after them.
Morning, noon, and night, the folks you meet greet you when you're walking down the street. Like the honey from the comb, your day is sweet. 24 hours in Georgia. Everywhere you go, you hear a song. That's the reason South folks live so long. They just sing the blues away when things go wrong. 24 hours in Georgia. Every cabin door is open wide. That's a sign they welcome you inside. You've been missing heaven if you've been denied. 24 hours in Georgia.